And then one day I just woke up and I just had this sense was, okay, today's the day. I just had enough of feeling like a failure, that I'd messed up.
David Bazant almost wasn't here. From a young age, he was bullied by other people in his school.
I had this feeling that I deserved it, that what they were saying were true, and that it was just normal because I was used to it for such a long time. I thought it was just a normal part of life, so I didn't tell anyone, I bottled it up. I just thought it was just a normal day of everyday life. Everyone went through it, everyone had these emotions and these feelings.
David continued to live his life being bullied every day by those around him, until one day it became too much to contain and David broke down when he missed a music lesson.
It was like feeling every emotion in the whole world at the same time. I was very confused, very distraught, my brain just couldn't think, I couldn't do anything. I just sat there and it was just as if I was a statue with no actual physical mind working or anything.
After this, David's parents took him out of school, hoping that removing him from the situation would help him.
It just broke our hearts really to feel that we hadn't noticed enough, that we'd sent him to school, although he was feeling so bad, and we hadn't noticed. We felt, I suppose, failed.
David's parents decided that homeschooling would be the best option to help David through the situation. Driven by feelings of self-hatred and hopelessness, David left the house and walked to the main road at the end of his street. He planned to step in front of a car and take his own life.
I started to feel it sounds weird, but it's like joy that, oh, finally they'll be able to have peace, my family, finally they'll be able to do it, and it will be much easier. And in the distance I could hear, it must have been a truck or something coming, because I could hear a vehicle moving towards it. And in that moment I was getting ready to step in front of it. And then all of a sudden it was as if I froze, and I just felt as if time stopped. I knew I was still there, and I knew I was thinking and breathing, but it was as if I couldn't move my body. And I just felt this voice speaking to me and saying a whole load of things which no one else would have known, which it wasn't like an audible voice, it was just this voice in my head, but I knew it wasn't me. It was so soothing, so peaceful, and it just instantly made me feel peaceful. And within a minute, the vehicle had passed. I hadn't even noticed it had passed. And the next thing I knew, I just remember standing there, looking up at the sky and just thinking, wow, and this feeling so light, as if I could, like, almost like a feather, because all of a sudden I had no more anxiety, no more these really dark thoughts I had, they'd all gone. I didn't hate myself anymore, I didn't feel like it was my fault, I didn't feel like a failure. And it was as if God had come and he just said, okay, I love you, I know what happened. And as if he helped me understand that it wasn't my fault, that it wasn't a failure and stuff, and that I wasn't being a burden to my family.
David no longer deals with depression and is leading a thriving youth group at his local church.
Suicide isn't the answer to these feelings of depression, of feeling lonely, of feeling a reject, feeling like you failed. You haven't caused all these problems, it's not your fault. And there is someone who loves you so much, there is someone who cares for you, who created you, who wants to know you and wants to go through these things with you. And I would encourage, tell someone, don't keep it up, don't bottle them up like I did. And before it gets to that point of having a breakdown, of going too far, just share it with someone.